So again, for those of you all who don't know, my name is Tia Bolden, known in the trading world as the Tia Bolden. I have the pleasure of presenting alongside Mr. Cedric Campbell, an individual who has impacted over 100 lives in this opportunity and makes sure that every day he helps others to get better. We are FIRE Investing, which stands for Financially Independent, Retire Early, and that's why we're here. We're going to use these next 30 minutes to tell you a little bit about what we do, how I retired at the age of 24, and how we're kind of paving our own path to get where we want to be. So we start off every one of our informationals with this quote. It says, "My boss arrived at work in a brand new Lamborghini. I said, wow, that's an amazing car. He replied, if you work hard, put all your hours in and strive for excellence, the boss, will get another one next year." So let me know in the chat box really fast, how does this quote make you feel? Really, really quick. And I'm going to hold my sentiments because I feel I'm a little bit biased because I don't work for anyone anymore. So I'm going to listen to you all's thoughts on this quote. Danielle Turner said, "I'm making someone else's dreams come true." I agree. Anybody else? Out of the 18,000 on the call, how do you all feel about this quote? Awesome. And I'm completely understanding that the rest of you all are probably distraught by the statement and completely understanding that what we're about to tell you is going to help you change your alignment so you don't have to be in this position anymore. The next thing we're going to do is toss it over to Mr. Cedric Campbell. He's going to tell you a little bit about our cash flow quadrant.
So, like she just said, that guy over there really he gets a new Lamborghini because you work, right? But I promise you, he's in that top 5% that you see on this quadrant, right? You got to understand, in this PowerPoint, this slide, this presentation, we're going to specifically be talking about the top two of this cash flow, right? Because I don't want you to just be somebody working for someone just so they can get a Lamborghini, exchanging your time for money. And then look, a lot of us, we stopped doing that. This pandemic, honestly, has made a lot of us stop working for someone. We're starting to find some crafts that we can do. I know a few photographers. I know some artists. They're really diving into something that they truly believe in. But then if they stop doing that, they're still exchanging their time for money. Their cash flow stops, right? Robert Kiyosaki, writer and author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series, he made this cash flow. He's told us exactly what it is, right? So I'm going to continue and tell you a little bit more about that. The 5% really make up 95% of the entire market. I don't want us being that 95% that only have a little bit, right? 5% of the entire market, right? So I really want to go ahead and let's really think about that. Let's become the top 5%. Let's talk about the top two of this quadrant, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, kick it over. Tia, can you please let us know what FIRE Investing is?
Mr. Campbell, I'd love to reiterate. FIRE, F-I-R-E, is an acronym. It stands for Financially Independent, Retire Early. That's why we're here, and that's what we're striving for. Today, we're going to tell you a little bit about what we invest in, how it works, and how you can get started on your financial journey. So first, let's start off with our Forex income. So with FIRE Investing, we invest a couple of ways. We invest in stocks in terms of Apple, Tesla, Amazon. Any of y'all ever invested in those things, put a 2 in the chat box. You may have Robinhood. You may have different types of stocks wallets where you've invested in these multiple entities. Stocks is one of the things we invest on. Just this morning, I made about $100 on Tesla alone. Shout out to everybody with the 2s. Another thing that we invest in is indices. This is your S&P 500, your US 30, and your NASDAQ 100. So the multitude of companies in a certain multitude in a certain area. I think just earlier this week, we had somebody make about $500 on S&P 500 alone. If you made money on SPX 500, put a 3 in the chat box for me. Drop my 3. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So another way that we invest here at FIRE Investing is our cryptocurrency. So that's our Bitcoin, our Ethereum, and our Ripple. Last weekend, we caught about 3,000 pips on Bitcoin and Ripple alone. Put a 4 in the chat box if you made some money on crypto over the past weekend. Somebody said so much. Shout out to you. And last but not least, we trade in the largest financial market in the world, the foreign exchange market, which is a $7.3 trillion market. And on a large scale, that doesn't mean anything too extravagant, except that if there's $7.3 trillion circulating in that market, that's how much money can be made from that market every single day. One thing I love about FIRE Investing is that we're not secluded to just one specific market. We make our money with a multiple portfolio that's very diversified so that if something happens to one market, we can go make our money in another. Mr. Campbell, could you tell them a little bit about how these markets break down?
So Who, like we said, we have some people that trade stocks, right? Tesla paid out 28 billion a day. That is a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of thought that when I first started. 28 billion a day, was a lot of money. When you start opening your mind up, being open-minded, right? You start seeing different markets. That's just the New York Stock Exchange. Why do we only know about that? Because we live in the US. Some of us, right? Because there's other people in this opportunity with us that are around the whole entire world, but we need to be able to cater to the entire world. So we invest into the foreign exchange market, which is $6.6 trillion per day. 28 billion to 6.6 trillion. I don't know the exact math, but I know it's way more. It's like throwing a water bottle in the ocean. It's way more, right? So you got to understand, if we take 0.0001% of $1 trillion market, we'll all be able to make $100 million. Really let that resonate. 100 million if you take 0.001% of that market. So really understand that this is a market that is doing 6.6 every single day. It's not even 6.6 trillion people in the world. And this is doing it every single day. And Tia, can you please let them know one of the big bosses in this market?
Of course. So a lot of people don't understand that the way that banks stay open, the way that financial institutions stay open is the foreign exchange market. So here we have a Wells Fargo ad basically posting for foreign exchange traders to come and grow our money. So if you've ever deposited money in the bank, you know that when you deposit it, you get a little phone notification on your screen or your mobile banking saying that your money is there. But when you go to withdraw your money, you have to wait 2 to 3 days or 3 to 4 days to get your money back. Why is it that the money you put in, you're waiting to have it sent back to you? If that's your funds. Anybody, you can put in the chat box for me. The literal answer is that it's not there. So your money is actually taken, put in the foreign exchange market, grown to a certain amount, to 2 times, 10 times, 3 times, 100 times. And then you're offered a 0.01% yield or increase for using that bank on a yearly basis. So one thing we do at Fire Investing is take control of our own funds, grow our own money, and make sure that we're in control of where our money is going to go next. So the next thing I'm going to tell you all about is how this works. One thing that I love about this opportunity is that it's 2 streams of income. If you all know any millionaires, billionaires, philanthropists, or entrepreneurs, how many streams of income do you need to be self-sufficient on your own? Minimum. 6. Got one person saying 6. Any other responses? Mr. Campbell says 7. Ms. Volkman says 6 or 7, and Ms. Turner says 6 as well. So one thing I enjoy about this opportunity is that when I began at the age of 21, it took me from 3 streams of income at the age of 21 to 5 streams of income at the age of 21. So if a 2 income stream increase could help you, drop a 333 in the chat box for me really fast. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Forex trading income. I see the 3s coming in now. So one thing I love about our Forex trading income is that it can be done directly from your mobile device. Drop me a 4 in the chat box if you have a mobile device. And one thing I know about most of us who have mobile devices is that we sit on them all day long, but how much time do you spend on your phone making money on your cell phone? My favorite thing about our trading device is that we can wake up to blue screens. We can see blue wins as a family, not just me, myself, and make sure that everybody is succeeding. I don't think there's any satisfaction in having a $2,000 phone and not being able to make $2,000 from it. So in the video right here on the screen, you see our family winning with every screenshot being a different person's gains from the night before and making sure that we're all winning as one and making profits. We like to call it blue morning. I used to say good morning. I used to say great morning. Now that I've joined this family, I've learned to say blue morning more and more. And you see a lot of the wins on different people's screens. And they may be different numbers or different amounts, but as long as you're succeeding on a daily basis and making good profits, you're doing well for yourself. Beautiful. If you've experienced blue morning and you're here in the chat box, drop a 444 for me really fast. Okay, awesome. Just making sure we're all here. So we have a quick testimonial here. For anybody who's wondering how quick you'll see a return or how long it's going to take you to see some money back, we had a family member who joined on July 18th. You know, they started their account with $50. Moments later, or a few days or weeks later, they were at $842 because of the blue mornings, because of the system, and because of this opportunity. The next thing I want to tell you all about is a little bit of a testimony. So when I started out, I was in grad school. I didn't know too much about investing, but I tapped into the copy paste profit method. So this is my live account showing you that it's not fake profits or demo money, and it's actually mine with my name at the top, Tia Bolden. You'll see the trades go through. This is trades on a daily basis because the top says day. When it's clicked over to week, 1 day later, you'll see the balance increase to over $1,000 in a 2-day setting. Just showing you all a little bit of how the return works and how this opportunity is a blessing, even back when I was in graduate school. Over here on the right, you see my first withdrawal, $1,775. For a graduate school student, that was pretty good. This was before I had thoughts of retirement. This was before I knew I was going to give my boss a notice saying I wasn't going to work anymore. But it propelled me mentally to make sure that I was in position for where I needed to be. If you have a better understanding of the trading income, drop me a 222 really fast. And I'm going to tell you something that may ease your mind just a little bit. So one thing I want you to know is that when you start, you don't have to throw your whole savings account into a live account. You don't have to toss all your money away. You can begin in a demo account, get some practice, experience, and confidence, and then transfer over to your live to make sure that you're where you want to be to get where you want to be. So the next thing we're going to talk about is our HFX binary income. If you made money on HFX, drop a 333 really fast. And I'm going to have the HFX guru give y'all some information on how HFX works and then walk you through a little bit of a testimony.
So I just want you to see this screen. It looks foreign. I know you don't know what it means, but just know the market moves up and down this dot at every single second. So what HFX is, because we are able to see this over and over and over and over again, we're able to just predict if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. If we would have got an entry right here and say, hey, I think it's going down, within a minute, it's down here, you're able to clear. Clear, look, clear and blue mornings, they're synonymous. We just got paid. You just got paid, right? So I want you to really understand. I want you to look at this real quick. Let me see something. Let me go back to this. See if it goes to it. I want you to watch this video.
I didn't have to touch my own personal account to pay my bills. Since the 10th, I made enough money to pay my $1,600 rent, $500 car note, $300 phone bill. I helped a friend of mine out that was short on her rent, $500.
My biggest trading day was just taking $115 to $1,500 in 2 days.
My name is D.L. Woods. I've been in this business since February 25th, 2017, and my biggest day trading was a lot. I'm messing with y'all. I ain't think like that. Y'all know some people are so online, they don't know how to have an offline conversation. Be both in this era. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? Research that everybody needs to do. Look at that bank account. If it ain't a number that you like, go to work. That's all the research that people need to do. Remember this and write this down. SWSWSWN. That stands for some will, some won't. So what next? The person that checked me out, he asked me, man, what do you do? What do you do? I said, man, listen, I host an event Monday through Thursday where a group of investors get together and in 45 minutes we all make money together. Would you like an invitation to this? Get this thing going. 2,600 people are on the line. Woo!
Damn, I ain't been broke in a minute. Don't get it fitted. Tore off the bow and the billy. Up the hoe on the kidney. Hold up the city.
I got 3 minutes left in this trade.
Under this figure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That boy good. That boy good. Let's go, baby.
What are you doing?
Drop a 5 if that really lets you pretty much know how we get down, how the energy is. I'm going to be with him in a couple weeks. No, next week actually, right? You're going to be around people that are successful in this opportunity. We have access to some successful individuals. Honestly, you're on a call with some successful individuals in the chat presenting. You want to be around a winning environment, right? You want to be around champions. We're only going to create more champions. Are you going to be one of them? That's the whole idea, right? And we have two methods of income. Drop a 666-777 if you like the trading income. Okay. Now drop an 8 if you like the binary income. So we have a package that includes both of them. We want to talk to you about the elite package. We might talk about it on here. We might talk about it on the phone after you get back in touch with the person that got you here, right? So we want to keep this thing rolling, right? I'm going to actually ask you, Miss Tia, can you please let them know how to begin? What are they going to be getting?
Oh, no, of course. I'd love to, Mr. Campbell. I think it would be terrible for us to go over all this information and not let them know how to get started. So when you get going with FIRE investing, when you plug in and you decide it's your day to decide to do what you want with your time and not wait for someone else to determine when you get paid, the first thing you receive access to is our Basics Learning Academy. Okay, and this is kind of like your school, your foundation, and your learning, so that you have a full understanding of what's going on. You're given the academies and an overview of how everything works so that you're not inane to any of this information. The next thing you get access to is our 72-hour plan. So a lot of you are wondering, when I get started, what do I do? Where are the apps? How do I get started? All of that is accessible in your 72-hour plan, which will be given personalized to you the day you begin with FIRE investing. From there, you'll have access to our group chats and our daily training calls. We have training calls on a daily basis, over 40 hours of training a week, so you have plenty of accessibility to get your learning, grow from it, and keep learning. And for my individuals who want a little uplift and morning motivation, every morning at 8 a.m. we have a dedication call to make sure that your mind is right, moving forward to your future being right. Let's move on to Go Live. Go Live is our live sessions with 8.9, $10 billion educators who can teach you how to translate their trading style into your own account so that you can make similar to the amounts that they make within your own time. And my favorite thing about Go Live is that you're trading for yourself, but not by yourself. The last thing I want to show you all is a little bit about some of our products and strategies. So if anybody's on this call and you feel like I could do this, but it's a little overwhelming or maybe a little hard, drop a 3 in the chat box and we can be completely transparent. I'll do the same. When I started, I thought it was a little difficult, but these schools and strategies in education make it way easier for you. They kind of break it down to an ABC so that you're able to make money like the people who've been doing this and do it for a living. And we know that in school, we can study very hard and pass every single test, but this academy gives us an open book test so that we can pass every single day and make profits on a daily basis. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there like, well, I work all the time. How am I going to be able to make money like everybody else? If that's you, put a 222 in the chat box. Because just for you, we have what's called our copy, paste, and profit. When we copy, paste, and profit, literally, our signal callers and the people who do this for a living, who make millions of dollars off of it, give you a access of 6 to 7 numbers that you can paste into your phone or MetaTrader 4, come back and see profit from it. And I'm going to ask that we go back to that video really, really fast, just to give you all an overview of copy, paste, profit. The signal is received. You put it into your trading app, and then moments later, you're able to make profit. So this opportunity can only be as difficult as you allow it to be. But for those who tap fully in, it'll be very, very simple for you. And a lot of you are wondering, dang, those signals they give us, how often do they come? Here's a quick snippet of our group chat so you can see how often these signals actually come to you. Perfect. Lastly, I'm going to show you results of the copy paste profit. Our FIRE granny, her name is Kathy. Her son just hit Platinum 600, and you'll learn what that is in a few seconds. Just last week, she's his grandmother. She shows great love in the group chat, and by copy paste profit, she made $1,500 in 4 hours. And I remember the last time I did this call, she told me, Tia, correction, I made more than $1,500. That's just how much I withdrew for the day. So if Lewis's grandmother can tap into this opportunity and make a way for it to happen for herself at her age with all of her wisdom, what makes you think that you're not capable? The next thing I'm going to go to is Mr. Campbell. He's going to tell you a little bit about our guarantees that you have when you get plugged in with FIRE Investing.
So the first guarantee, 7-day money back, right? I want you to really understand, this means you have a free sample for a week. If you don't like it after a week, guess what? You can get your full refund. But I promise you, look at Miss Kathy. I'm sorry, 5,727 minutes. I'm sorry. We have to correct the slides. We got to go find the messages. I'm sorry. But you see, she didn't need to get her money back guarantee because she actually got her money back in the methods, in the charts, and from the copy and paste profit. So you can get your 7-day money back guarantee. You come in, you have a little safety net, right? But I promise you, I came in like, yes, I'm going to use that. I'm going to learn as much as possible, and I'm out. 3 days in, I said, yeah, I'm actually stealing from them because this is worth way more than what I started with. This is worth way more. And honestly, within a month, I actually made my return. So just by me removing the safety net, I allow myself to take off and soar, right? I allow myself to make this work. And then we also have 2 and free. So this whole thing is about bringing positive impacts to other people. Okay. So don't think of it, I have to go get somebody. No, you're simply just making somebody else's life better. Impact somebody positively. Now, you don't have to. I personally, I'm a people person. I'm shy, but I'm a people person, right? But if anybody needs help, I'm gonna go ahead and help them. So 2 and free, I wanted to tackle that because, you know, at the time I was a grad student, my first month, I knew I wasn't getting paid much. I had football, I was a grad assistant, but I didn't really want to deal with the monthly fee at that time, right? So I utilized it, but I wound up going to the next thing that I'm about to talk about, residual income, because I literally went 2 and free, and that same day I started being a Platinum 150. People started to understand the energy around us was high, and they wanted to join the opportunity to be around other high energy people, right? So the Platinum 150 the company is saying, you now have positively impacted 3. Yeah, you deserve more than what your package is worth. You deserve to get that 150 a month, 37.50 every single week, right? But then guess what? Me impacting people positively, my cup is gonna pour into theirs. They're then going to want to positively impact other people. And then it's going to be a domino effect. Now your business has grown to 12, 30, 75 people. Now you're truly impacting people around the world, around the city, around your entire country, right? So now you can just be able to see the weekly residuals that you see on the screen here over and over and over again. And it's just going to happen. As Zay told us earlier, I'm a Platinum 2000 as opportunity, but I don't feel fulfilled because I want the people around me to also be Platinum 2000. I want the people around me to be Platinum 5,000, even if I'm still a Platinum 2,000, because it's about helping other people. Because when you bless God's people, God is going to bless you. I don't want to get too religious, but just understand when you help other people, the blessings will come back. I heard this morning, it's like a boomerang, right? Whatever you put out going to always come back to you. So I want to show you a little bit of leaders of our own. In fire, we have a plethora of Platinum 150s. Like that's just, I feel like you come in and just want to help, you're going to hit Platinum 150. That's just how it goes, right? But Platinum 600s, we have a lot of those. That's when your life kind of started to change. You're getting now 150 every week. Your monthly's paid for in a week. Between trading and residual, it's paid. Because residual, all you have to do is go to sleep, and you're going to make money. All you have to do is wake up. You can go do whatever you want. You'll make money. If you don't know how to make money in your sleep, you will work until the day that you die. I don't like working till the day that I die. I like being able to sometimes take a nap at 12 noon and I woke up at 11. Why not? Because you can, because you have now gotten that residual. And guess what? The residual now can help you trade because now you're trading with a safety net because you know it's coming back. So like I want to keep going. Platinum 1000s, Platinum 2000s, and Chairman. This is honestly an old slide. We have now 4 Platinum 2000s. And it's like 5 loading. And we have a lot of Chairman loading. Understand the impact will be felt because I'm going to tell you, you can't get Chairman unless you positively impact over 500 people. But like I said, when you start positively impacting others, they're going to start positively impacting others. And now you have a group of people wanting to positively impact others. And then the growth is just going to be crazy. Right? And I understand it's not just about the people that are in the work field. You don't have to be retired. You can be in college. You can be, honestly, if you're 18 in high school, you can do it, right? This is something that I wish I had when I was in college. I promise you I won't have no student loans. I promise you I won't. These people, these individuals have no student loans. As you can see on the slides, what these ranks equal, right? Everybody on the screen is 24 years of age or younger. Understand that. 24 years of age or younger. This is what it's about. It's about helping people. You're not going 2 and free. You're going 3 and pay me. Because at the end of the day, this company will free you. You'll have financial freedom, right? So I really want to go ahead and keep it going. I want to tell you a little bit more about my why, but I want to tell you about their why. They started off before this opportunity selling plasma to be able to eat food. And then they found out they were pregnant, right? So now only one person can do plasma. Now that's half your income. They had to figure something out. Their backs were against the wall. So guess what? Somebody blessed them with this opportunity, let them know what it was about. You know, I'm gonna dabble into it. Now, honestly, without them, there is none of this. And as you can see, very selfish. I told you, I would want to rather have a platinum 5,000 and I'm still platinum 2,000 because they're chairman 25, but they've created millionaires, multiple because of them, right? So this is about being selfless and creating positive impacts, right? So I want to go ahead and kick this to you real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you about my why.
Okay, here's the deal. If you want to be successful, here's the thing you have to do. You have to jump. There is no way around it. You have to jump. Every successful person has jumped. You got to jump. You got to take a leap of faith. You got to dash off that cliff, and you got to jump out there as far as you can. Now, a lot of times you stand on the cliff of life and you see other people soaring by, gliding down like a bird flying through the air. You know, they going over to the south of France. You see them on a boat somewhere. You see their family vacationing here, their family vacationing there. You see them dressing like this. You see them in New York, then you see them in London. They flying by. You know why? It's because their parachute open. But the only way to get your parachute to open so you can soar, you got to jump. Now here's the problem. Here's the problem, my friends. When you jump, I can assure you one thing. You listening? I promise you this. Your parachute will not open right away. No, that's the fear part. I promise you your parachute will not open right away. You're gonna hit them sides and them rocks. You're gonna tear your back out on them cliffs. You're gonna cut yourself. You're gonna get wounded. You're gonna get some tears and stuff like that. But eventually, the parachute will open and you'll be soaring. But here's the other caveat. Let me teach you this right here. If you do not jump, I promise you one thing, your parachute will never open. So you're safe, but you'll never soar. You got to jump. I got to go.
So it's so funny because literally I was the person that was in New York and then went to London because of this opportunity. Literally, I was in New York and went to London. People were making fun, like, bro, you're really gonna go to London? Yes. I did not expect that experience to be exactly what it was until I got there. I actually got to go talk to some billionaires. I actually was in a room with a bunch of millionaires. Just being around that drove me. I understood what it took to have that energy to be able to be on that level, right? So right now, we have three types of people on this call. Number one, you loved it from the very beginning. The trading income, the HFX income, that is what you wanted. That is exactly what you needed, right? We want to positively impact your life. I want you to be in the Telegram. Get back in touch with the person that got you on this call, and we're going to get started. Person number two, you know, what's the price? I need to understand what the price is before I get started. Cool, same thing. Get on the phone with the person that got you here, and they'll let you know everything. They'll let you know any deals that we have going, because that's exactly what you need to hear. Person number three, that person, you know, you're kind of saying, bro, I'm just here just because you're my friend. I'm just here because my dog sent it to me. Cool. I promise you usually got some knowledge. I want you to share the knowledge with somebody else. Just talk about it. Speak about it. You are now exposed to the opportunity. You know where to find us. You get back in touch with the person that got you here and get a meeting with them, with the people that you think might be able to do this. Because now you can develop a classroom together, and now you can go ahead and be successful. So my why I do this as a vehicle. I didn't grow up saying I want to be a Forex trader. I didn't even know what Forex is. And I really didn't know what binary options was. That just got started. So my why, my whole purpose of wanting to make money is in order to make charter schools and be able to help create a Black Wall Street again. I want to be able to help our communities from a young age, just so we can all be able to thrive. Because God forbid something like this happens again in the time that we're in. I don't want us to just survive. I want us to thrive. And a lot of people that I know have been thriving. And I want to be able to create that from a young age. I don't want anybody to be having to figure it out at 23. I just turned 24. I started this at 23. I want to be able to do this from a young age. I want to be able to help my grandkids do this from a young age, never have to worry, right? So that's my why. I'm gonna go ahead, Tia. Can you let us know about what your why is exactly? I know you're retired, you pretty much you do what you want now, but let us know.
Mr. Campbell, I completely love to. And thank you first and foremost just for sharing all of this incredible information. One thing you really did on a minute scale was sum up the importance of fixing your roof before it starts to rain and having a plan B before you really need it. And one thing I realized from this opportunity is that we are in the best time and the best position to be investing. We're in an opportunity where it's not really up to our parents. It's not really up to our siblings or the people around us, but it's up to us to make sure that if we're placed in the situation again, that our generations coming behind us are good to go. And we have to fully realize that the decisions we make today determine the life we live tomorrow. And because of such, on April 18, 2018, I made a decision to begin investing. Okay, I was in grad school. I didn't know much about a chart or a candle. I didn't have a clue of what was going on. I just knew that I wanted a little bit of extra money, and that was perfectly fine. You all saw the video earlier where I made thousands of dollars in my first couple of days. And because of such, I stuck around. I gave it seriousness. And 2 days short of my two-year mark in this opportunity on April 16, 2020, I secured a rank called Platinum 5000. And I know the box was kind of small when Mr. Campbell was going over the ranks, but Platinum 5000 ensured me a $60,000 raise within 2 years of this opportunity. And I'm not sure if anybody knows any 9-to-5s or conventional jobs ensuring you a $60,000 raise in 2 years. If you do, drop a 2 in the chat box for me really fast. You need to be on whatever you're doing. Any 2s, Mr. Campbell?
No.
No, sir. I don't see any either. And because of such, I had to understand that if I were to die today, my job would be posted tomorrow, and I hate to be that person. But because of that realization, on April 24, 2020, I retired from a full-time engineering position with NASA as an electrical engineer. I gave my boss a 2-day notice. I told him that working here was great. I learned a lot. It was amazing. But I'm tired of trapping my purpose inside of a cubicle. I was completely transparent when saying that making rockets was great, making airplanes was cool, but making millionaires under the age of 30 who are propelling into their potential, finding out their purpose, and going into where they want to be for the rest of their lives is way better. And a lot of people ask me, Tia, oh my goodness, you're retired. You went against the narrative. You took 6 years of school to get 2 degrees to retire in 2 years. Do you have any regrets? What would you change? And my only regret, going back to what Mr. Campbell said, is being person number 1. When I should have been person number 3, I had the money. I said I didn't. I had the time. I said I didn't, and I waited. And I had to realize that me hesitating kept me comfortable in a position of making 6 figures a year instead of propelling it into an opportunity of making 6 figures a month. And I had to realize that you're never really going to stop spending money. You're not going to wake up one day and cut all of your expenses. You have to ask yourself, where in the money that you're spending is showing you an exact return? I have shoes and clothes in the closet that aren't paying me a single dime. But that one investment that I made 2 years ago on April 18, 2018 has paid me for the rest of my life. And I'm not sitting here to persuade anybody or make you feel any type of way, but I'll be the first to tell you that you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. And the biggest regret I would have moving forward is for all 34,000 of you on this call to sit here, listen to this information, get an understanding, and wait. And look back in a year and say, dang, I would have, dang, I could have, dang, I should have, but dang, I didn't. So I appreciate you all coming out here and listening to this call for 30 minutes on this Wednesday evening. But the only question that I have left to ask Mr. Campbell is, where will we see everybody?
We'll see everybody at the top because the bottom is way, way, way too crowded, but we'll never look down on you unless we're willing to pick you up. And remember, believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can't. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all.